Okay. That's live, that's live. Try again here. No, okay. Let's try that again. Okay. Andreas Russo here. Okay, there you go. Live again. So we can get it better. There it is, a bit lower. Andreas Russo here again. We're not live on Rumble. Rumble's got a bit of an issue. I always have to get one of my guys to fix it before I go on the stream, but it's not available. So we're live on whatever platforms we can right now. So we're going to carry on with the daily work on looking for acquisition targets. So yes, start getting into it. And again, for anyone who's most people, I don't think they actually watch these things. It's very, very boring. By the way, this is all very boring stuff. So whoever is watching it, unfortunately, I cannot show you the acquisition targets I'm talking about. Everything is on Company's House. All the information is from there. Okay. So what we're gonna, I've got the notes about a particular officer that owns a number of companies in Lincoln. So we'll do is just do some research on him. First of all, the first thing I'll do, persons of Martin Tracy Byrne. So like, all right. Let's have a look. When did you start doing it? Well, I guess I'm a bit too late because this person already seized the ownership. Very likely it's dead. 1944. And the ownership is being passed on to somebody born just 1 year later than me. So it's not even worth it. I'm going to take this one off the list. So this is again a proof that, you know, there's nothing you can do. You've got to give up control and ownership at some point, either through old age because you don't have the energies, or just through death. There you go. So, and that was work that I'd done. See what actually is adopted that and that. Yeah, sometime last year, I think it was March. Yeah, no, May last year, and then he ceased in July. So forget about it. Forget about it. See what happened to the company, by the way. I'm just curious. I think he's gone. The owner has died, I think. And then by the way, confirmation statements, medium company, notification, significant control, yeah. Cessation, termination of appointment, director, yeah. Basically, this gentleman terminated his appointment as director and owner. It's likely that it's just gone, it's just dead. Appointed, yeah. Secretary, just guessing. Appointed on the 30th of March. Jennifer. Resigned on, oh yeah, he's dead. Let me see if I find some information on the internet. I think he's dead. Dissolved. Resigned everywhere. The guy is very likely dead. He resigned everywhere. All these companies are still alive, but he's resigned for everything. Very likely he's kind of, gone to the other place where we belong. Just see whether DC. So look if I can find anything as he's gone. There it is. See when is, oh, I found it. I'm not logged into Facebook. Basically, I've got, it's been announced in Lincoln funeral. Everything is on Facebook. Yeah, he's dead. The date of death? 7 months ago. Yeah. He died in 2025. So 7 months ago. Pretty much the time I found him, dead. And all his companies, guess what? Still operational. That's further proof. So let's delete that because whoever took over, see, so look. Just curious, see, is active, resigned, environmental construction limited. So whoever you build carries on. See who owns this now. I'm just curious. Yeah. The same person. It's got different name and surname. It's a woman. Dead. If I had a login on Facebook, then I could see more information, but that's it. He's dead. So what I'll do is just delete these. As I thought, I've got confirmation from the information on the internet is there. Yeah, that's gone. So within a year, on Prospect has gone to someone else, obviously. But in this case, whether it's the same person that took over everything, the same person, the exact same person, all the companies, but same person is female, just 1 year older than me. So death takes everything away. Doesn't matter what you build. Okay. See what I find here. So it's just being there, cultivating these contacts and being there at the right, when people get tired. I've seen it far too many times by this time. And this is why it's much better. I mean, do you think what is the point on doing this? But what's the point on doing anything? Even if you don't build it, you don't leave anything. I might as well leave something. Some metal company. Metal dusty. Okay. Yeah, Jag, I don't know. I just received this text message, Jag. I just received this text message, Jag. That's all. Jag, I just received this text message. That's all. Okay. So let's carry on. So what I wanted to talk about really is a few other things, but I'll talk about it in a second. Let's carry on. So what I find is that basically what's going on at the moment, companies' owners have been replaced by other. So this is what I'm going to do anyway for a number of reasons to explain later on. Basically, you own anything, you own any limited company, you should not own it as yourself as a person. You should own it through other entities. So basically, you've got one main entity. Instead of you owning a number of companies personally, you own the main entity, and the entity owns everything else. And the reason is, I can explain it later on in a second why. Why is the way I'm going to do it. So the owner has been replaced by a trustee limited, a company called Trustee Limited. company knows the reason it caused we believe that there is no registerable person, active person is here. One active statement. The company knows or has a reasonable cause to believe that there is no registerable person or registerable relevant legal entity in relation to the company. So that gives me, so basically the owner has been replaced by yeah, Tony, need me? What is it, Tony? Okay. Yes. Yes. All right. But is it our pot? Okay. What do you intend to do? How? But how are you going to get up there? Yeah, that's the issue. How are you going to get it? But all the way to Wellington Street? Sorry? It's got a roof. All right. Is he going to do it? You said it last night? All right. Yeah, did you tell the family? No, not the family, the neighbors? All right, okay. Well, we'll talk about it in a minute, Tony. It's not about the damage, Tony, if it just falls on somebody's head, mostly. Yes. It's because of the wind. Mm. Yeah. It's resting on the neighbor's pot. Mm. Interesting. Yes. I get it. Okay. Well, we'll talk about it in a minute. So, going back to this, the owner has been replaced by a legal entity. So, that means that everything has been strengthened. People are taking care of things. So, the owner is like, yeah, but the owner is quite young anyway. Only 11 years, older than me. Only 11 years. So basically, things have been strengthened. And this company, the holding company, has just been made for purpose last year. It's been incorporated last year. It's Allocated Data Incorporation. So basically, people are restructuring things that way at the moment. And I was thinking about doing the same. See when it was incorporated? Yeah, and it was incorporated exactly last year, 7th of October last year, 2025, after I found the company. So yeah, and there's a reason for it. Let me write down the reason why people do that. Okay, there it is. Okay, back here. So when you look at the owners of this limited holding company, can't find the owners. See if there's any change. The director who used that it was stated as the owner, still director. So I assume still the owner. So what I'll do, because I've got this piece of information, I will send a letter. That's all we'll do. Just send us a letter. Just wonder, what did they actually say? Said. But I was thinking, given that the fact is it's a woman and that owns it, is 1 year younger than me, women are not very good, with all due respect. Not usually are not good as men. And being owners, send them a very nice letter. That's it. Maybe she's going to be overwhelmed at some point. Possible. Women aren't good at owning things. Not as good as men, I'm sorry to say. put low likelihood of success. You're just going to send the letters. Revenue, 14 million. It's a particular one. But building companies from scratch is not good. It's not good at all. It's too, pretty much, almost nobody does it successfully. Takes too long. It's not worth it. Much better buying them. Oh well, Dorokman was appointed. Yeah, so look at this company here. Yeah, it's because every time something becomes large and valuable, people tend to shift ownership from single physical person to corporation. Because there are advantages, but you get many things you cannot do as a single person, as a person, for many reasons. She owns this. People. I guess send a letter, see if they're old enough. It's the same people, yes. 25%. Too many people owning the same thing. No, only 2 people owning it. I could only see, it's actually more than 2 people, very likely. And 73, 78. It's too young. I would believe it. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. We're wasting time here. We're really wasting time. Really wasting time. No, we're wasting our time. No. I still think we're wasting time. No, we're wasting our time. We're wasting our time, this thing. No, but today, because of what happened, we're going to do a few sessions of streams because I should have done some work in the morning, which I couldn't do because of a breakdown. I've got time to do this. Is the same thing over and over and over again. Every time something is quite large, owners are the a limited business or a legal entity. It's never. I'll say why right now. Because if you want to do anything with the cash, with the profits, once you pay corporation tax, if you own it yourself, the main reason is this: if you own it yourself and you want to just use the cash of the company to do anything, which is namely put in real estate, if you own it yourself, you have to pay freaking 60% tax. So basically, you pay corporation tax. Once it hits your account, I think, I don't know, between dividend, whatever way you're going to take it out, you're going to pay too much in tax. I don't even know what percentage we're talking, but it's just not worth it. Whereas if a legal entity owns it, it goes to the legal entity tax free. The legal entity can pass it down to another entity it owns, a real estate development, and then put it there without any tax event. So you don't have any tax apart from corporation tax, and you can pass it through the system, through the main company. You can pass it down to whatever investment in real estate, and then once it's passed down to the investment in the real estate, the risk in the trading business is gone. So if the trading business is sued and it loses, that cash, that profit is safe, because what you could do is just buy this real estate using the same entity. But the problem is, since it's a trading business, it could get sued, and you lose everything. You lose the whole lot. This way, every money that is made, you can take it out without paying any additional tax. Boom, reinvest it. You get a lawsuit later on for whatever reasons, can't take anything, because that entity that is liable to lawsuit owns nothing. So you can start from zero easily. So once you know the system, it's quite straightforward. I'll explain it again. And that is also good for inheritance. There's many advantages of doing it. This is why I started the companies I own as the only director, as the shareholder, but I'm not going to do that anymore. And then so too many advantages. It's a stupid idea too. Especially once you go to certain levels, you just can't do anything if you own it as a person. There you go. I've got. When is he born? The guy's born in 65. This guy we can actually cultivate, because he's 60, 15 years older than me. So yeah, this one is the owner. This is the owner. So we'll do. Yeah, since it's the. Yes, that's right. Oh, we've got also. Got 22nd of March. I was not in, but I managed to find his direct email address. So put in the mailing list. Yes, already. So basically, I managed to find him. Good. What we'll do is we're gonna also send him a letter twice a year. Letter twice a year. All right. get that in place. Get the address in place. And then we can go into the explanation. Why people own these entities in this way. That became apparent to me when we started making some profits. So basically, I would like to make a diagram, but I cannot. Basically, let's see this way. You own, in your name, a number of companies, say 3 companies. Usually, people like me need to have real estate. So what you do, let's say if you've got 3 companies, 2 trading and 1 real estate, and you own them all, they're separate entities. The trading make profits. The trading companies, you cannot invest using the trading companies into real estate, because later on, trading is likely to be sued because of many reasons, employees, whatever. So contractors can sue you, clients can sue you, customers can sue you, anything can happen. Some employees can go mad and you get sued and you lose. It's too risky. It's not a good idea to own real estate using a trading company. Serious people don't do that. So you have to have trading is a limited business. You don't get any real estate into that. That's for once. It's just cannot do it. It's stupid to do otherwise. But then the trading business or businesses make some money, make some profits. You pay tax. The companies pay tax, corporation tax on that. You want to invest in real estate. You cannot do it through the trading businesses. If you've done it, you can legally do it, but it's a stupid idea. And then the other possibility is that you pass the money on to yourself, and then you pass it down to the other company. As soon as you do that, boom, there's a huge taxable event. You pay 50%. I don't know what percentage you pay. It's stupid amounts. It's really stupid. Or you loan the money to the separate company. You can do that, but then there's intra-companies loans, and then basically the risk is still there. You haven't actually taken out any risk. To take out the risk, one of the reasons why you do it this way, because you take out the risk. If it's instead of you owning the 3 companies, is a limited business which you own, what you do is you take the profit that has been tax has been taken out of, it's being paid on, you move it to the holding company. Holding company can take that money without paying any tax, zero tax. Take that money, passes it down to the real estate company and invest, develop, whatever you want to do, you do that. So, and then if the trading company then gets sued, that past profit is not there yet. It's not there anymore. It's gone. So whoever wants to sue that trading company, they've got pretty much nothing to take, because the trading company, the point of having a trading company is that it's got no assets, or really very, very little assets, not worthwhile taking. Even if you want to sue the company, nothing to take. This is why rich people, it's almost impossible to actually make them poor, even through lawsuits. If they structure things that way, through normal trade, it's almost impossible to knock them down, because they've got the limited businesses that protect everything. So this is one of the reasons I know, and also there's many other reasons as well. At very high levels or medium levels, everyone does it that way. So I explained this once, and I may explain it again, why it's done that way. No, so what we're talking about now. Okay, one concept I wanted to talk in this live stream is, usually you hear on the internet and other people, and maybe your parents have told you, keep cash for rainy days. When you are a real estate investor like myself, owning HMOs or many real estate, that cash flow is positive to a certain degree, especially HMOs, which is the cash flow is really good. It's very much positive. You technically do not need any cash for rainy days, absolutely zero cash. If you stopped everything, or maybe you may want to have some credit cards, maybe, because say for example, say you decide not to do any more development for any reason. That's it. You don't need to have almost any savings, because the cash flow, say for example, could be £20,000. The turnover monthly £20,000. The overheads, which is very normal, 5,000 a month. And you've got £15,000 profit a month. So even if you take everything from the account, the cash flow is so high that you've got it's just very little risk from that point of view. So, but what happens if you've got, I don't know, an operation, somebody needs 50, 100,000. What you do is you just remortgage against one of the properties, or get a loan, or any big purchase you can put if you don't have the cash you need to make it, put on a credit card, and then you change the debt, you move the debt in different ways to a low interest. Basically at that point, you're actually moving around with debt. If you want cash, use debt. That's it. Because the assets that are able to service the debt. So that happens in high income relative to the overheads you've got. So if the real estate is working that way, like in HMOs, you can do that. So basically, you don't need any cash reserves, pretty much. I always keep it anyway. I always like to be as safe as possible and to sleep tight. And then many things can happen. I've got a breakdown today that stops me. How long? I don't know how long for. It doesn't really matter. You need to swap a car. Well, you can swap it with the free available cash you've got in the bank without even thinking about it, and all that. I could do it even without the cash, but we're doing development, so having extra cash, you never know. All you need cash for is the mortgages and the overheads. That's all you need cash for in the accounts. So when you need the cash, you just borrow it from the bank. You can sleep tight at night. This one of the main reasons for me to do this is I can sleep tight at night. I can focus on my health, because obviously as I get older, it doesn't matter if I don't smoke, if I don't drink alcohol. One of the main things, the risks factor to a person's health is stress. So and then the ability to sleep at night and rest, which I have. So I can still work hard, but whenever I say, look, I stop, that's it, I'm fed up, boom, I just stop. Nothing is going to stop. The system carries on. So then what I realized today is that I have this particular passion about running depreciating assets like cars to the ground. You say, we only have one car, and then is mainly used for business, but it's heavily used. Customers, contractors from the airport are just putting the rubbish out with a trailer. We don't have any vans. I've got a trailer, and I just use that car for everything. Poor cars get used and abused. The last car I had was a Mercedes. I just used it, until we couldn't actually take it anymore. It had to be scrapped. I love doing that, but I buy them for nothing. I use them until the last breath, when it's really not worth it to fix it anymore, and then I just swap it for another one. Then what I do with my cash or capital is that I don't buy anything for myself. I don't have any flashy cars, and I don't even know whether I'll ever have any flashy cars. Maybe I was thinking about later on getting a second-hand, what do you call it? Bentley Continental GT, but not at the moment. Basically, any capital, boom, it goes into real estate at the moment. Real estate development. I buy a very derelict house, we fix it, make it up and running again, and we make money that way. We don't even make money. What we do is just make equity and increase cash flow. The cash flow, every time I buy a property, cash flow goes up. Not immediately, eventually will go up. I take cash out, put in there, and then the cash flow goes up. And then that gives me extra peace of mind, extra runway for the things I want to do, extra runway. And then I can sleep better and better. Every time I buy something, I'm very happy, and it just gives me extra peace of mind. Because obviously, think about it. You buy a house, when it's done up, then the free cash flow at the end, once everything is said and done, extra cash flow is 1,000, sometimes 1,100, 2,000 pounds on top a month. You know, you get more and more comfy after every purchase. So there you go. Financial, what is it? Oh yeah, well, one of the things that I'd like to say is that I've been financially independent, meaning that for me, since at the age of 32, getting a job, an employed job, is stupid unless I wanted to learn something. Because what I made since then in any job is usually less than what I get making one of my biggest HMOs in a month. So why would I want to do that? Unless I need to learn something, of course, which I'm prepared to do anytime I need to learn something. So yeah, imagine what we. Unfortunately, I made the mistake of not carrying on the background as I do now to invest in real estate. I didn't do it for 5 to 6 years, which is a big regret. Well, there's two main regrets of people, most people anyway, especially when they're older. One, not having bought enough real estate. Two, whatever real estate they bought, they sold. So my thing is, I buy as much as I can and I never sell anything. There you go. So I'm avoiding that that regret all along. So that's something I avoid. So, but why have I done it? It's just because obviously I realize is that I would have been a slave if I didn't buy real estate. And then I was thinking when I was in my 20s, well, if I carry on working and I don't have any real estate, I'm going to get a pension later on, but I need 40 years or 30 years of contributions. And then how much is the pension then? Usually then I realized that the pension is very low. And I thought, if I only buy 5 flats and I break even on them on mortgages and I keep them for 25 years, within 25 years, I'll pay off all the mortgages and I'm going to have even more money, much more money than any pension can give me. And on top of it, I don't even need to work for it because the rent pays for it. Whereas in the job, I have to work for it. I have to work on the job. If I stop working, the income stops. It didn't make any financial sense to be working as an employee. I just realized that very early on in life, that it's stupid to be an employee. All I had to do is, because I was young, just invest in real estate. So now I'm never going to stop that ever again. Legacy, I do it because of legacy. Obviously, I pass it on to my children, the ones that are most capable, of course. So about myself, what's going to happen next year, because of a number of reasons. My real estate development business, which is Andreas Investments Limited, is going to become even less reliant on me because I'm still doing a few things here and there. But the more time passes, the less reliant on me is going to be, to the point where I'll only do 2 things: buy the new housing stock and refinancing. That's it. At the moment, as years have gone by, I do less and less and less. I'm still the responsible person. I do less and less and less because there's a lot of delegation going on. So, and then systems are getting better every year. So yeah, so I do less and less because also as the income increases, I've got more leeway to get people to help me with systems. So yeah, the other thing is myself, I don't focus as much on speed of development, which maybe I should do. I mainly focus on systems and safety because I want to have a good quality on life. And to me, quality on life is not what I can buy, is the peace of mind I get, the freedom of this doing do the things that I need to do in life, and I'm not going to get regrets later on. That's the most important thing. I don't need to buy shit. I don't need to buy a flashy car to be happy or anything of the sort of. Wear expensive watches. Don't care about that. People don't even know how much I'm worth, and that's good. Then the other thing that I've just realized again today is that, say for example, in the content world, which is something that we're going to carry on doing, it's extremely difficult to make it work for anyone. But the people who actually make it work quite sustainably, predictably, are people like me who've got free cash flow from businesses, because only at that point you can afford people to actually make systems so that the content machine carries on. So I made last year the decision to start the content machine again, and then now we've got 2 video editors that keep editing videos constantly and post it online. And I just every month we look for ways to increase distribution, and making the system more and more efficient with different tools, and add activities. Say for example this one, so that we're getting more and more efficient and increasing the reach. That is the thing. But we do it little by little. We're learning little by little, and things organically expand in a sustainable manner. So at the moment, the budget is very low monthly, but it's going to expand that budget as soon as the profits are going to increase. So that's a great thing, because one of the things I realize is that if I don't do this content machine, I'm going to regret it in the future, 1,000%, 1,000%. So at the moment, I'm focusing on filming, making content, videoing the content, and then all the guys do is just carry on, chopping it up and editing it and putting it online. So basically, my personal objective is, by the time I'm 50, I'm 46 now. I don't think I look it. I'm so good looking anyway. By the time I'm 50, the HMO situation is going to be pretty much completely independent from me. I only need to make the payments. That's it. I only need to buy the houses and whatever else. Very little overlooking from my part. And then the business acquisition should be automated by that time. So these 2 things should be automated. So I should have 2 machines that are almost automated. The real estate, which is almost automated now, is going to be even more automated then. And the business acquisition machine, plus the content machine, which the personal branding will only expand going forward. Yes, and then what I realized is that over the years, I realized that I've been moving upward in the chain of my own empire, or whatever you want to call it. Because I used to do everything myself, painting, cleaning, clearing stuff. But little by little over time, I'll do less and less of the low-level stuff. Now I've got a cleaner that comes a number of days a week. Then the cleaner is going to come every day. We're going to have a housekeeper later on for the premises that we own, and so on. So I don't do any more cleaning. Laundry, pretty much, I do very little of it because of the system. And then even looking after the kids, because the contractors are around and the number of people are around. So I'm not saying they look after them, but everything gets easier and easier over time. So things get easier and easier. So then basically, even now, say as happened today, the car broke down, the only car I have. that's not going to break the system. Systems keep carrying on working. Amazon keeps going. Rents keep coming in. The development carries on. We're just going to get some delays. That's it. But not even because, but nothing is being delayed anyway because of that. It's just I wanted to get rid of some debris, and I can't do it today. So that's going to be delayed a bit, and that's it. So the point is, the further along I go, I can stop anytime. It's not a problem. So that's pretty much it. And yeah, I'm going to stop this stream for now, and we're going to start another one later on. And I hope that you have a great time. But I'm going to start another one later on this afternoon because I get the time today because of what happened in the meanwhile. I just wanted to check on YouTube, see what the situation is there. And before I end this, there you go. See what we've got there. Huge. Okay, good.